Welcome, everyone, to Dollars with Sense. I'm your host, Ella Lang.
And I'm Terence Vanderwood, your financial gurus. This are here this week to send junior to uni. That's what we're going to be discussing, the importance of planning for a child's post-secondary education, as costs are relatively high today. But what will they be in 15 to 20 years from now? We'll dedicate some time to explain what a registered education savings plan, or an RESP, is, and ways to maximize your savings beyond RESPs. Of course, we will leave you with action items to get you going on your savings plan.
That's great, Terence. Thanks. This is my favorite part of comprehensive financial planning because here in BC, we're really lucky to have a provincial government who provides parents with free money to kickstart investing in our children's future education. Imagine for eligible children, the BC Training and Education Savings Grant amounts to $1,200 per child. That is directly deposited into an RESP. Combined with the monthly child care benefit we get through our children's early years, as well as grants we get from the federal government, matching our contributions to RESPs, parents can count on a solid foundation on which to start their education planning. Terence and I will give you some smart education savings ideas to help you expand your children's future educational prospects.
So, if you've got young children or grandchildren and want to do all you can to provide them with opportunities to succeed, to afford the college or university of their choice so they can follow their career they dream about and attain maximum earning power, you'll want to pay close attention for the next 20 minutes. This is Dollars with Sense. Welcome back to Dollars with Sense. Today's topic is Send Junior to Uni, which is really important given the rising costs of post-secondary education. Long-term planning can overcome the financial burdens of higher education. Here are some amazing facts. Canadians with a university bachelor level degree earn 50% more than someone with a high school diploma. Canadians with a trade or college diploma earn up to 15% more than someone with a high school diploma. The impact of this additional earning potential makes it clear that a post-secondary education has become vital for young Canadians and your children. According to the 2006 census, 6 in 10 Canadians now have a post-secondary degree. The question is, did these individuals have a plan to pay for their education, or are they still paying for it now?
Well, let's take a closer look. Let's assume tuition costs go up 5% a year. What could your child's tuition be in 10, 15, and 20 years? And what about the costs of apprenticeship and skilled trades training? If your child enters an apprenticeship program, they will spend part of their time in class and part of their time on the job training. Students may have to pay for class time, tools, and equipment. Today, class costs can range from $200 to $800. For those of you who have just had children or are just about to have children, that 20-year number can look a little scary. And remember, that's just the tuition or class count. When you add on the educational costs and living expenses, the number can become staggering. The Canadian Foundation for Economic Education, CFEE, they report that university students who live at home spend on average $4,000 per year on non-educational items, and that those who live away from home spent on average $11,000 on non-educational items. So, Terence, how will I pay for these costs?
You mean pay for the cost for your child in France? No wonder they spend more. That's very interesting. Okay, Ella, how will I pay for these costs? Well, your income at the time your child is in school, that may be enough if you're making good money. If your child may work either part-time during the school year, full-time in the summer months, or both to help fund the education. That's what I did personally. They may even have to start working and saving while in high school. There are a number of awards and scholarships and grants available to students. Student loans or borrowing funds from families such as grandparents or friends. In many cases, a combination of all six could be required to cover the many costs we've mentioned. But the least expensive solution is long-term education savings.
Yes, that's true, because when your investments will make money for you. So let's talk about the several potential methods of saving up for a child or grandchild's post-secondary education. You may decide to pursue one or more of these methods depending on your cash flow. After examining your income versus your expenses, what amount of uncommitted money do you have to dedicate to this goal? Non-registered investments can save your own money in your own name. You will pay taxes on it as it grows, and in 20 years or so, you can decide what to do with it. So long as you invest it directly in your name and do not attempt to call it a trust account or similar, it will remain your money under your control. The downside, of course, is that you have to pay tax on the investment income and capital gains. But you may consider this to be a small price to pay to retain that control.
Parents can also set up an investment account in the child's name, also known as a minor account. A grandparent can't generally set up a minor account, but if a parent has established the account and gives permission, the grandparent may contribute to it. A formal trust is a trust in which the terms and conditions for the use of the trust property, in this case money, are put in writing. An informal trust is a trust for which there is no documentation in writing. These are very niche options, so if this is something that you think is applicable to your situation, I encourage you to meet with a financial planner to discuss the details, advantages, and disadvantages to these trust plans.
You do need to be at least 18 to make a tax-free savings account contribution. So parents cannot establish tax-free savings accounts, TFSAs, as minor accounts. If parents wish to save in TFSAs to use for financing a child's future education, the parents must use their own TFSA contribution room. So be careful. TFSA holders may contribute up to $5,500 this year, which is indexed to a TFSA. The contribution is not tax deductible, but you pay no tax on the assets within the TFSA, and you pay no tax on withdrawals from the TFSA. That's fun. Withdrawals can be used for any purpose, and the amount you withdraw in a given year will be added back to your TFSA contribution room for the following year.
Another option to look at for saving regularly would be to have a critical illness policy on your child. It is a monthly premium that would protect your eligible child from more than 26 different illnesses, including head injury with Sun Life Insurance critical illness. When the policy reaches the age of maturity, the contributions that you have made could be then given back to you if there is no claim. This is the perfect opportunity that you could turn the money that you get back, into a funded TFSA for your mature child.
Yes, I like that route, because even if there's only 1% chance that my child becomes ill, if you're that 1%, those statistics don't really matter anymore. But by the way, on your screen, you will see the list of illnesses that are covered with Sun Life's Child Critical Illness Insurance. Terence and I, your financial gurus, are licensed insurance advisors, and with Investors Group, we carry the top 4 insurance companies in Canada. That's Canada Life, Great-West Life, Manulife, and as you now know, Sun Life.
Yes, and as you also know, you can contact us at twofinancialgurus@gmail.com or call us at 778-879-0820. You can also leave us a comment on our Facebook page, Dollars with Cents. And when we come back from the break, we're going to get into the RESPs and how the government encourages you to save for your child's education by giving you 20%. But there are strings attached. Grab a coffee refill and have your notepad and pen ready. Welcome back to our topic today, Send Junior to Uni. A registered education savings plan, or RESP, which we're going to talk about now, is a trust governed by the Income Tax Act of Canada that allows the owner, known as the subscriber or subscribers, and are usually parents or grandparents, to make contributions on behalf of a beneficiary, usually a child, to save for post-secondary education. The advantages are that it is easy to set up. There are no legal or accounting expenses, like trusts, and the subscriber retains complete control of the funds. The child will need an SIN or social insurance number, which you can set up at any Services Canada office. The taxation of all income, interest, dividends, and capital gains is deferred while the underlying assets are held by the RESP.
Once the child attends post-secondary education, the income from the RESP is taxed in the child's hands when it's paid out, most likely at a lower tax rate or no tax at all. The RESP growth will be used to pay for a post-secondary education, although the grandparent or parent has control over the contributions. In certain lower income situations, the RESP may receive the Canada Education Savings Grant and or other government funds such as the Canada Learning Bond, CLB. The strings that are attached include restrictions on how much may be contributed to the RESP cumulatively, and restrictions on the use of the RESP's income should the beneficiary not attend post-secondary school.
Let's take a closer look at some of the top benefits of RESPs. Government grants. Human Resources and Skills Development Canada provides a government grant based on contributions made to an RESP. They may also provide a Canada Learning Bond with no requirement to make matching contributions. The CLB is income tested and only available for children receiving the National Child Supplement. The income threshold for this benefit is dependent on eligibility depending on the size of the family. Generally speaking, if family income exceeds $38,000, the family will probably not qualify for National Child Supplement.
Tax deferral. Every cent in the RESP can grow on a tax-deferred basis until it is withdrawn. And ability to income split. When your child starts school and receives an educational assistance payment, also known as an EAP from the RESP, your child, not you, pays the tax on the withdrawal amount. More than likely, very little tax will be paid on this amount because as a student, your child will likely have very little income and lots of tuition and education credits.
A lifetime maximum contribution of $50,000 is based per beneficiary, not per plan. Therefore, if you are not the parents of the child beneficiary, it makes sense to discuss your intentions to establish an RESP with the parents of the child to ensure that not more than $50,000 is being contributed for each child by all contributors. Because of the way the CESG program works, many subscribers choose to limit annual contributions to $2,500 per year to ensure access to the maximum CESG, or $5,000 per year for children with basic CESG carry forward room. The contribution and termination timelines provide an ample opportunity for the funds to be used for education purposes, even when the plan is established immediately following the birth of a child.
The BCSG has two parts. So the Basic Canada Education Savings Grants will give you 20% on every dollar of the first $2,500 you save in your child's RESP each year. Depending on your net family income, you could receive an extra 10% or 20% on every dollar of the first $500 you save in your child's RESP each year.
Though contributions to an RESP are made with after-tax dollars, You do not pay tax on growth in an RESP until money is withdrawn. If the growth is paid to your child while he or she is attending an eligible post-secondary education program, then you won't pay taxes on the growth. Your child will, and he or she will likely be in a lower tax bracket.
Remember our discussion around compound growth way back when we talked about RRSPs? Well, the same applies here. Let's take a look at this chart. It's called the value of an RESP. A $208.33 monthly contribution to an RESP for 18 years, combined with a $500 annual government grant for 14 and 4 years, compounded at 6.5%, over 18 years, can provide you with a pre-tax market value of $99,018 to finance a post-secondary education. Amazing.
So that means putting away around $210 a month for the next 18 years will get you to the maximum amount of government grants. And it will also get your loved one almost $100,000 for their post-secondary education. We have to take a break, but when we come back, we will recap the RESP, talk a little bit about how much education savings is enough, your weekly action item, and finally, how to participate in our upcoming Walk for Memories event, bringing awareness to Alzheimer's. You're listening to Dollars with Sense. Welcome back to our final segment of Send Junior to Uni. My name's Terence Vanderwood, and Ella had to disappear, so you've got me for the next 5 minutes. So we're just going to recap what the RESP, what it stands for, is a Registered Education Savings Plan. The government matches 20% up to a maximum of $500 per year and a lifetime maximum of $7,200. Each RESP maximum contribution for the lifetime is $50,000 per child. Now, RESPs can be invested into mutual funds and should be considered as long-term savings. The downside or the strings attached is that it can only be used at eligible schools, and if unused, the government contributions are taken back. Interest on that is added to the subscriber's income, and the rest converts to an RESP for the subscriber. Finally, choosing which investments to hold your RESP depends on a number of factors, including what your overall financial goals are, your time horizon, and your tolerance for risk. Opting to include a mutual fund investment in your RESP can deliver both flexibility and growth potential. To ensure your RESP investments are able to deliver the kind of returns you need without exposing you to more risk than you're prepared to accept, it's a great idea to diversify the investments within your RESP. An Investors Group RESP offers you the flexibility of choosing from more than 400 mutual funds and from a variety of fund families. We also reviewed your goals and risk tolerance over time to help you choose the RESP solution that is most appropriate for you throughout your child's preschool, elementary, and secondary school years. So this week's action item, decide how much you want to save for your child's education. Everyone is different around that because finances are much like fingerprints. We all have them, but each one is unique. So the questions you need to ask yourself are, how many years of post-secondary do you want to pay for? What kind of school do you want your child to go to? Do you want them to go to Harvard or BCIT? And do you want to pay for their whole education or just part of it? One example that I thought of that was interesting, as an interesting parent choice, was to let the child pay for the first year, and the subsequent years are paid by the parents. This can give the child another important lesson that most sadly, is not taught within our education system: the value of a dollar. So the action item is to find the final number for your child. Today's average cost for books and tuition is considered $10,000 a year. Once you have that number, contact your financial planner to figure out how much you need to save monthly to receive the maximum grants. And if you do not have a financial planner to go to, feel free to contact us and we can find a good fit for you. A financial planner should be someone that you have a good or great relationship with. If you're not happy with yours currently, there is no cost or obligation for a second opinion, much like a doctor. Before we go, though, we'd just like to invite you to a special event we're very proud to promote here on Dollars with Sense, as Investors Group is sponsoring the 10th annual Walk for Alzheimer's Make Memories Better. In BC, over 70,000 people are living with dementia, and sadly, this number is growing. The Alzheimer's Society of BC supports those diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia as well as their families, but they really need our help. On Sunday, May 1st, gather your friends, family, children, community members, work colleagues, neighbors, and register at noon at Hyde Creek Recreational Center / Gymnasium. It's at 1379 Laurier Avenue, Port Coquitlam, and we'll walk the Traboulet, I hope I'm saying that right, Poco Trail in beautiful Port Coquitlam, BC, between 1 and 3 p.m. Again, that address is 1379 Laurier Avenue in Port Coquitlam. It's not a full day commitment, plus the weather will be sunny and warm. What a great way to get some exercise, enjoy the fresh air, and catch up and spend quality time with your community. Each Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's is held in honor of someone in our community. We are pleased to announce that the Tri-Cities and Ridge Meadows Walk 2016 honoree is Douglas Charles. You can read more about Douglas's story on the website at www.walkforalzheimers.ca. That's where you'll find a walk in your neighborhood where you can donate to a participant or team through the website, or you can participate by either forming a team or joining an existing team or registering as an individual. Our goal is to reach 5,000 walkers in the Lower Mainland. Among us walkers, May 1st will be Tri-City councillors, our mayors, MLAs, and MPs. We've raised over $198,000 so far. Thank you so much to everybody for that. Help us continue to raise the money and support those afflicted with this devastating disease. Let's make memories matter. Sign up at www.walkforalzheimers.ca. So thank you very much for listening to Dollars with Sense. Find us on Facebook under Dollars with Sense. Write us at twofinancialgurus@gmail.com or call us at 778-879-0820. Thanks, everybody, and have a great week. I'm Terence Vanderwood, and on behalf of Ella, may your sense and dollars be with you.